Welcome to my Horrorween special where I'm going to be talking about some of the must-see films during the month of October. Today I'm going to start off episode 1 with one of my all-time favorite horror films ever. Halloween is directed by the legendary John Carpenter and stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasence, and it is hands down the quintessential film to watch in the month of October, hands down. If you're not watching Halloween during the month of October, it's just not Halloween. I have been obsessed with this movie for as long as I can remember, and rightfully so, because this film was the start of the slasher genre as we know it today. Yes, there was Black Christmas and Psycho before it, and how cool is it that Jamie Lee Curtis's mom was also in Psycho? But before that, and in the golden age of horror, a lot of films took place in these gothic castles. And in 1978, that all changed when Halloween came out because it became horror in our own backyard, and it brought terror in American suburbia.
A small American town, 15 years ago.
This movie is so influential. Just look at Scream. That movie pays so much homage to this movie. There are scenes where they talk about going to the Mackenzie's house. That's straight up out of Halloween. There's a character named Loomis. And hell, they even watch Halloween in the freaking movie.
Here comes.
And of course, the score by John Carpenter is incredible and so iconic. Whether you've seen Halloween or not, you know the theme song to Halloween. And it's not just the main theme song that's good, it's all of Carpenter's pieces throughout the entire movie. They are so good and so masterfully done. John Carpenter is an incredible composer. And as they say, a movie is only as good as its villain, and Halloween has one of the best villains of all time in Michael Myers. His mask alone is so scary. Just the fact that it has no expression, it's blank, and it just feels like an empty canvas. There's just emptiness, there's nothing there. The absence of character is so terrifying, and he actually has quite a bit of character development thanks to his psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis. He is the one that gives Michael Myers all of his character development. He makes him sound so terrifying. His whole speech about how he's pure evil is complete gold to me.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
And I love the fact that Michael Myers is so mysterious. We don't know what his true motivation is. Why is he doing what he's doing? There is no rhyme or reason, just like Dr. Loomis says, and that's what makes him all the more terrifying. And to add to that mystery, we don't even know if he's supernatural or human. I love that this movie teeter-totters on whether he is actually a person or is a person with supernatural abilities. It's just kind of up in the air and up for interpretation, really. And I hope we never get those questions answered. The movie also does a great job of really seeing Michael Myers from a distance. So when you start this movie, you kind of notice that Michael Myers is kind of, for the most part, off in the distance. He's all the way over here, and you're all the way over here. And by the end of the movie, you're literally face to face with him. I thought that was so creative and so cool because that just builds that suspense. Like, you just kind of want to squint and see, am I seeing what I'm really seeing? And at the end of the movie, you are face to face with him. I love that. Guys, Dean Cundey, the director of photography in this movie, did such an incredible job. This movie looks like a piece of freaking art. I swear I'm in a museum looking at this like, wow, this movie is shot so beautifully. There is a long single shot take in the beginning of this movie that is super well done. You're just sucked right into this movie right away. And that was a really hard shot to pull off in 1978. There's no cutting. It's one long continuous shot. And that's easier, like I said, to do today. But back in 1978, over 40 years ago, this must have been so difficult to shoot. And I love the scenes where Michael Myers is really just a silhouette standing across the street. Those are some of the most terrifying shots of this film. And the fact that you see those scenes through the eyes of a small boy is even more terrifying. And the scene that always got to me as a kid, good Lord, was the scene where Michael Myers is carrying Annie's body and he's just looking at him through the window. Holy shit, this is incredible. And of course, we get the brilliant and beautifully shot scene where Laurie is standing in the hallway and you slowly start to see Michael's face appear out of the shadows. It is incredible stuff, guys. Honestly, imagine seeing this shit in 1978. It must have been fucking terrifying. Carpenter does an incredible job of creating a really good atmosphere in this film. It feels like a cold, breezy Halloween night, and all the patients in the Smiths Grove Sanitarium escape in the beginning of the movie, and it's just such a crazy way to start your movie. The imagery here is truly freaking terrifying.
Since when did they let them wander around?
Pull up to the main gate.
Shouldn't we
Go on, move.
We also get this hilarious scene where Dr. Loomis is trying to get these kids away from the Myers house, and he just says, "Get your ass away from there." And the smile that he gets and the satisfaction that he gets is that of a small boy getting away from his crush. I fucking love it.
Hey. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
And this movie isn't actually that gory. There's not that much blood, and a lot of kills are actually suggested, which leaves a lot more to the mind, and that's what makes it a lot more terrifying. And I love that Michael makes like a fun house out of Laurie's friends. Like, they just pop out of like the closet and the guy's just like swinging Bob. And it's just really clever stuff. And I love the chase scene at the end. It really still holds up. It's super suspenseful when you watch it. It's like edge of your seat shit. That stuff doesn't happen anymore.
Who is it? Tommy, open up, it's me! Tommy, please! Tommy, hurry up!
And the way this movie ends is quite brilliant. Yes, Michael lives and we see him kind of just disappear. And Dr. Loomis knew that this was going to happen. And then we get these really cool shots of all the places Michael Myers was that night. And you can hear him breathing. And it was really cool and symbolic because now you feel like Michael is everywhere. He's anywhere and everywhere this night. And honestly, that is how you close a brilliant horror film. Guys, it's just not Halloween without watching John Carpenter's original classic masterpiece. This movie is a must watch. In the month of October, I'm obviously going to give Halloween 1978, the original, an A+. Now, I want to know what your favorite Halloween movie is. Outside of the original, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to be doing a lot more horror movie reviews very soon, so make sure to smash the crap out of that like, subscribe, and notification button if you want to see more movie reviews. Have your tickets ready. I'll see you guys at the next movie.